Cricut family, this is part 2 of the vinyl sticker. I hope that you enjoyed the first one. If not, and you just want to watch this one on how to weed out a vinyl sticker, that's pretty easy. So I'm going to show you. Now, unfortunately, I do not have my weeding tool. So I'm going to be using my Cricut tweezers. It's going to be a little bit harder than normal, but basically a weeding tool looks like this, except it's a little bit pointier. It looks a little bit like a dental pick, like the dentist used to scrape your teeth. I'm not going to use these for that. Anyways, so we have cut out, you can still kind of see it, the part that the Cricut cut, just to save the scraps. Save your scraps in case you ever have to try a test cut or something. If you ever call into member care, again, if you have questions about that, watch my other videos or contact me or in the comments or something. But yeah, also I forgot to mention, this says what it is on the back. Cricut has been really good lately about putting what the thing is on there. So I don't know if you can see it, but it says permanent vinyl. So FYI, do not put this on the walls unless you want to take the paint off with it. I'm putting it on my Cricut because it's never coming off. So I'm going to show you basically. You can either do this, you can do this one of two ways. You can either take out the, take off the first part, the biggest, which I'm going to do to show you. Or you can take out the little pieces. Because I kind of spaced on what negative space I have, I'm referencing this on Design Space. And yeah, so I'm going to use the point here, and I'm just going to go to the edge. I know that I do not want the outside. So I'm going to take that off. You just use the pointy bit to, because this is wonderful technical terms, you just use the pointy part to push off the permanent vinyl that you don't want. Now, a lot of people actually ask me about stencils. What you do, if you wanted to make a stencil of this, is you can either use something on Design Space, which I'll go over later, or, and that's called the slice feature. If I don't remember to go over it later, please remind me in the comments. Or you can just take out the pieces that you originally want. That's the cool thing about vinyl, is you can save the excess. So for example, I'm going to run over really quickly. Just, yeah, stare at the beautiful thing. And show you something I made using the Cricut Joy, which I will talk about more in later videos. But I made this because I am a huge Doctor Who nerd. As you can see, it's the TARDIS with a heart in it. But I actually used the negative outside to put on my other Cricut at work, because it still had that shape and the heart. So you can use it that way. Again, I'm not explaining myself beautifully, but that's how you do it. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is just take out the negative space like you did when you were uploading the image. Again, I have many videos on how and what to upload an image. So as I can see on my Design Space, I do not want these little ear tufts because they're white, intentionally. So I'm going to go to the little ear tufts here, and I'm going to get this as close as possible and take out the little white ear tufts. Again, I am using my tweezers, so this is not perfect. Thankfully, I have pieces that I don't want to use later. Get the weeding tool if you can't get it on Cricut, because I'll be honest, and I'm allowed to say this even though I work for Cricut, sometimes you can find tools cheaper on Amazon or other places, or Joann's might have it on sale. So I took out this little teeny piece, and that is the ear tuft. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And yes, and I'm going to try to make quick work of this. It might tear a little bit here or there, just because I'm going to try to do this quick so that this is not the longest video that has ever existed. Okay, so I still want that black eye piece, but I don't want what's around it. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this little piece around it. It's very little. That's the thing about the Cricut. If you're new to Cricut, this looks small. This is nothing. It can cut way smaller, and it has. In fact, when you're uploading images, try to make sure it's not pixelated. See how this is a nice clean line? Try your very best to make sure it's not pixelated. If worst comes to worst, I will do a video on talking about how to remake an image using shapes, which is a little bit more complicated. But I've done that before for members, and it has saved them so much time because the Cricut is so sensitive, it will cut out every single little pixel if you're not careful. So again, the little thing around the eye. Thankfully, this is semi-identical. And I just stole this image off the internet to whomever made it. Thank you very much for making such a cute image. I do not take credit. I did not design this. And please don't sue me. Anyways, so now there's also this little piece in right here. So I'm going to go for that. And I still want, because I still want the, I still want, and this is where it gets a little tricky. Let's work on the nose for a second. Because I want this outline for the nose gone. Here. So there's that. And I'm going to take out these little pieces here for the nose. I really like this image because my cat gives me this look almost every day when she's curious. She's young, about 2 years old, and this is gonna, in later terms, it's gonna be like, oh, I miss it when she was that young. But right now she's kind of a mess. Anyways, so we've got the nose. We just need the little piece of the eye. So what I'm gonna do is take out this little piece. I was actually going for the wrong one, so it's going to look a little bit messed up. Again, partially just because I'm using my tweezers instead of a weeding tool. You have no idea how valuable that weeding tool is. And I honestly, it was between the tweezers and the toothpick, and my friend advised me with the tweezers just because it is a little bit stronger, and this would probably be a bigger mess with a toothpick. Plus, I just realized now I do not have a toothpick. So, I would be using a dental pick, which is even worse. So, again, be careful. So there's this thing here. It's a spatula. If you need to hold it down, which I should have used, you can. And this spatula puts things back in place. And there we have a weeded, permanent, premium Cricut vinyl sticker. Now, because I thought this was going to all be in one piece, and because I'm going to put it on there directly, I'm going to be okay with just putting it on piece by piece. We don't need to do a video on that because it's going to look very awkward and silly. But I forgot that there's little pieces here and here. So if you wanted it to be perfect, I'm okay that it's not going to be. But if you wanted it to be flawlessly perfect, you would use a piece of transfer tape. I'll get into vinyl and transfer tape in another video because this is more of a one and done overview. But again, transfer tape is your best friend. If, for example, you had I love cats, just because we're going to go on the cat theme, and you wanted the letters to be perfectly spaced, it will cut out perfectly spaced there, and you don't need to rearrange them and put them on every single way yourself. That's the wonderful thing about vinyl is you can use transfer tape. You would just slap a piece of transfer tape on there, use one of these, scrape it out, scrape out all the air bubbles and whatnot, and then you would just put the transfer tape off, and then if you were to give it to someone, you'd leave it on here. My whole point in doing this video is you see how there's still a liner here. You know you're cutting out vinyl right when there might be a little bit of a mark on the vinyl. That's okay, but in reality, the liner's still there. Think of it as a sandwich, and the vinyl is the bread. So, or the vinyl is not the bread, that's the meat. So the liner is one piece of bread, the transfer tape would be the other piece of bread, and you're actually just going for the meat. Not a perfect metaphor, but you know what I mean. It's a sandwich. Transfer tape is see-through, and if you need links on how and where to buy transfer tape, just let me know in the comments below. Anyways, so this is the final product. It looks very similar to, and I'll just show it right there. Obviously this is a little bit bigger, but they're very similar size. Vinyl sticker, computer project. Isn't that cool how it's the exact same with some cat hair on the sticker because she's running around. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please subscribe, tell your friends. Also, yes, I do work for Cricut. I love my job, hence the videos, but I'm not gonna hook everyone up, or anyone, and for that matter, with special deals and discounts. I can't do that, I'm not allowed to, but if you want advice, feel free to comment. And do not forget that if you have bigger questions, don't hesitate to call Cricut Member Care. They are awesome. They're happy to help. And honestly, it's the best job I've ever worked for, and I've been known for my customer service. And I'm not the best one there by far. So anyways, love you guys. Have a great day and enjoy your vinyl sticker if you're following this tutorial.